Two dead girls. Two dead girls. Dead girls. Hey everybody, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jessica.
And we are
Two dead girls.
Two dead girls. Yeah.
We're back.
And we're wearing our Tyrese hats in honor of the show today.
Rest in peace, Tyrese. Well, that kind of rhymes.
Peace.
So guys, if you have not yet seen Season 5, Episode 9, the mid-season premiere, titled What Happened and What's Going On, turning this off.
Yep. I'm going to spoil it for you. That's it.
Absolutely.
All right. So
first of all, I missed this. I missed our little thing that we have.
I know, it's been a while.
Almost as much as I missed The Walking Dead. Like, I have so much fun doing this.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I was so excited about it last night. I was just, yeah, it was great. It was great. People are
Before
like...
we get details of the episode, what was, did you enjoy it? Did you think it was a good mid-season premiere?
You know,
what did you think?
Everything that we were reading before this episode said that people were going to riot, that Greg Nicotero did such a great job on it. And he did a good job on it. There was a lot of zombies in it, but I don't see why people would riot. But it was good. I just felt like it was a little... I think we're used to like the season premieres and the finales going out with such a bang. Like, this was a little slow moving, I felt, but it was good still.
Right. No, it was, but I felt like most of my reactions came after the first half hour.
Yep.
Of everything. You know, it's not that, you know, it's not that it was lacking for story. I kind of feel like maybe it was lacking a little bit for action. I can't help but think of the season premiere of season 5.
Right.
And when you go out, when you start with such a bang, everything else, it's like they say, it's a tough act to follow.
Exactly.
So,
but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So when I really thought, of course, in the very opening scene when they're shoveling, I thought they were shoveling for Beth.
I did too. That's exactly what I thought. Yes. Because they never showed what they did with Beth. They never showed that.
Yep.
So that's exactly what I thought. Yes.
Right. Maggie's there crying.
Right.
And Noah's crying, and Gabriel is doing the service, which was really, really nice. And Eugene is up and around, and he's walking. So Eugene lived.
Yeah.
He made it to the mid-season premiere. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know how happy everybody else is in the group about that, but I was happy to see Eugene.
Yep. And in the beginning, they showed a lot of those flashbacks. Well, I thought they were flashbacks, but they were actually flash forwards of like Lizzie and Mika, and they showed a bunch of things, and I was like, what are they doing? I was kind of confused, but then once it all came together, I understood.
Right. I remember seeing the picture of these two boys, and I'm going, who are these two boys? Like, what?
Right.
What is the importance of these two boys? And we found that out later on in the episode. But I was in the middle of saying something to my husband when all of a sudden Mika and Lizzie appeared. I was like, shut up. What is going on? Like, I saw them and I got so excited, and then of course I started to cry.
Yep. So this episode focused a lot on Noah and Tyrese. So, and the first thing I wrote down in my notes is, why is Tyrese driving? Who put him in charge of driving? Like,
you know from past experiences, you don't put Tyrese in charge.
Oh my goodness. So
Tyrese is on.
Huh?
I said Tyrese is on diaper duty.
That's it. That's all he's allowed to do, is hold Judith and be on diaper duty. I would not put him in charge of anything else.
No, seriously. Absolutely. So they're driving to, what's the name of the community that Noah lived in?
I don't remember, but I didn't even realize. I kept asking Bill, I'm like, where are they going? Because I wasn't understanding that they were that close to Noah's house already.
Right, and apparently this happened, this community that he lived in happened very early on in the comic books where Alan and Donna and everybody, Carol and Tyrese were together at this point, and so this was something that happened very early on in the comic book series, and this is where Noah lived. I mean, they weren't very far away from Virginia, so they went to go and see, and Glenn looks over and kind of just shakes his head like it's there's nothing there.
Yep.
Everything basically gone.
Yeah, Glenn, you could tell, is kind of at that point where he's just like, the whole talk he had with Rick, we'll talk about it later because it happens later in the episode, but
Glenn's really jaded.
Yes, he is. He's
very jaded.
So they park the car in the woods and they start walking over to this community. Right? Mm-hmm. And it's all chained up. But then Glenn looks over and sees that it's completely gone. So they all hop the fence for some reason and hop the wall and...
Poor Noah.
Poor Noah. I felt bad for Noah, yes.
I felt so bad for Noah. It just, everything is, there's body parts and houses torn into and burned and,
sad.
In the midst of Glenn sounding really, really jaded, Rick was saying that they're here because of Beth. The reason that they came all this way is because Beth wanted Noah to go home. It was important to Beth, basically, and to honor Beth. Like, let's get Noah here. Let's do something for him because he helped her as much as he could, and let's do this for her. And Rick kind of confides to Glenn, like, I don't think that Dawn wanted to kill. I saw her reaction after Beth was shot. Dawn didn't want to kill Beth.
Right.
It was just a reactionary thing that happened, and it kind of struck me as like, I don't know.
I feel like that.
I'm happy that they addressed it.
Her face after she shot Beth initially was shock. So I do think it was a gut reaction. But at the same time, I don't know. It's hard to say that. It's a cool part of the show because they made it that way so that you sit here and speculate on it and you don't know either way. So
yeah, I think it was a knee-jerk reaction to her, to Beth stabbing her. It was just, like a reaction thing, and she got shot.
Yep.
But Rick wanted to kill her, even though he knew that she didn't mean
That's
to
what
kill
he said. Yep.
Beth.
And even Glenn said that. Glenn said, I would have shot her.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you could tell this group as a whole is becoming more of a no bullshit group. Like they're not gonna hesitate anymore, basically, is what I got from that.
No, absolutely.
So
and they kind of left Noah there to go through whatever he had to go through, and they leave. Of course, they left him with Tyrese.
They leave him with Tyrese. I said it again. I said, why did you leave him with Tyrese? Oh my God.
I'm just waiting for Tyrese to break out a little guitar and sing Kumbaya and have like a little power circle or something like that.
They left him with Tyrese. Tyrese had a weapon, but Noah did not. At least we didn't see it, if he did.
Right. No, absolutely.
So Noah gets up and he starts running because he wants to go to his house. And when he gets there, I'm what?
Tyrese couldn't even stop him. He's going, no, whispering. I'm like, dude, just come on, please.
Useless. No good.
Get him.
And he had a limp. He was running with a limp, and he still couldn't get him.
And he still outrun Tyrese.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So they get to Noah's house, and I presume that is Noah's mom laying on the floor, and that was sad.
Yeah, it was really sad because she was hacked in the head.
Yeah, it looked like she was there for a while.
Somebody got her.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Then we kind of come to find out. I thought it was also interesting that Tyrese went in first into the house.
Yep.
Noah didn't go in first.
Right.
So I kind of thought that was a little commendable of Tyrese, that he kind of,
he had the weapon.
Well, yeah, he did. He had the weapon. He did knock before entering to kind of like rouse up the walkers to make sure that everybody was in there.
Yeah. So then Tyrese starts walking down the hall, and I see the feet under the door, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sad.
I really thought whoever it was behind that door was contained. Like he was, I don't know, maybe in a bathroom or whatever. Like, right. All right, Tyrese is aware that there's something there. Right. Don't go into that room. He's not going to be able to get out because they don't know how to work doorknobs or whatever. But he finds one of the twins.
Right.
What I'm assuming is one of the twins in the bed. And he's looking at the pictures that we saw in the flash from the opening scenes. What do you think he was thinking when he was looking at those pictures? Do you think that he was thinking about him and Sasha, or do you think as children, or do you think he was thinking about Mika and Lizzie?
I think he was thinking about him and Sasha.
Okay.
But your first instinct, okay, let me ask you. You walk into that room, you see somebody laying on the bed. Wouldn't you walk up to the body first and make sure that it was dead?
Right. Absolutely.
He just walked.
There was no doubt that the mother was dead because she had a head injury.
Yep.
But he didn't inspect.
He didn't even look. He just walked in the room and was staring at the wall, and okay. So anyway, we're just making checks. Check. What did he do wrong? Check.
Exactly.
Oh, Tyrese. So
Zombie Apocalypse for Dummies, written by Lisa and Jessica of Two Dead Girls.
So he's mesmerized by these pictures on the wall, and he's flashbacking or whatever he's doing, and he turns around and he gets bit on the arm.
Oh God.
And I was just like, okay, are you kidding me?
I'm like, that's it. I put my hands up and I said, well, he's gone. And I looked at my husband and I didn't know what else to say. Like it was a shocking moment, but it doesn't surprise me given the history of Tyrese. I have to say it. And I'm not saying that like we don't like him or whatever, but given the history of him, he kind of lets his guard down, whereas other characters would have been a little more aware of their surroundings.
Right.
Shall we say?
That's exactly well put. Yes.
Yeah, I kind of felt like, I don't know, he should have been a little, a little more aware.
He should have been paying attention, exactly. And he shouldn't have moved forward in the house until Noah was with him. That's the other thing.
Yeah, seriously, what the hell?
So, so we both had a reaction to Tyrese getting bit, right? Yeah. So we're going to put that in right here for you guys to see. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh. He was no good with two arms. What's he going to be good with one arm? Are you kidding? I'm sorry, but he was no good with two arms. Now what's going to happen?
Is that Noah?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh God!
Okay, just hold on. I'll get them. I'll get them.
Well, he's gone.
Cut the zombie
Oh. Who's gonna watch the baby?
Brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Always be one of a kind.
All right, so that was a shocking. Well, was it shocking? I don't know. I mean, we kind of, there was a few episodes way back where they were all in the car and Daryl and Sasha and Bob ran out of the car and he just sat in the car and he kind of, remember there's some times where you just feel like he just wants to give up. Here, he just wasn't paying attention. It's just.
No. This was just, it was his own damn fault.
Right.
It was his own damn fault.
And Noah runs in the room and he kills him. I'm assuming it was his brother. He kills him with what was it, like a toy airplane to the head?
It was a toy airplane. He took a Blue Angel to the temple, man.
Oh,
I don't know.
Maybe that should have been our prop today.
He's gone.
So.
A model airplane.
So Noah says, "Stay here. I'm going to go get help."
Tyrese was there for a long time.
And I kind of enjoyed this time. I as bad as it sounds, I enjoyed seeing the governor. I enjoyed seeing Bob. I enjoyed seeing all these people. I was like, that was kind of cool to see all these people again.
I was very upset, however, that we did not see Herschel. I think it would have been such a wonderful effect to have Herschel and Beth together. Because that was kind of how they kind of left it, like Beth's going to go be with her dad now. I would have really liked to have seen Herschel with them. I was missing that. I was waiting for it. I would have lost my shit if Herschel was there. Because I was just a mess seeing everybody. And I love who was the guy that he was supposed to kill that he didn't kill? What was his name?
I don't remember. The gum chewing guy. I'm not sure what his name was.
I love how he showed up.
Yeah.
I love how he showed up.
He's like, yeah, you should have taken care of it, man. Like, you should have just taken care of it.
And what did he say? He said something to him about, like, you're the guy that takes care of the baby.
Right. He goes, I told you, it's going to be you and the baby.
It's going to be you and the baby.
So while he's seeing dead people, another walker attacks him.
And he sticks his arm directly into his mouth.
Which, you know what? In a way, if he was going to get bit, at one point I thought that he was going to let him bite him somewhere else and just give up. But then I feel like Bill, my husband, kept saying, they're going to cut his arm off. They're going to cut his arm off. So I'm like, okay. So it was smart of him to have him bite him in the same place, I guess.
This is true. Yes. Yeah, I guess you're right. But absolutely.
That walker was like chompy, chomp, chomp, chomp. Like his mouth was like his teeth were like clanking together. I'm like, whoa, that guy's that was a gross walker.
He's hungry.
Oh
God.
But where did he come from?
I don't know. Where the hell did this guy come from? I have absolutely no idea. But he's in the house now and he's eating Tyrese, and it was just.
He drops the hammer.
I think what's that?
He dropped the hammer.
He dropped the hammer.
I'm like, oh,
come on.
Terrible.
I think I might have had more of a reaction to that bite than the initial bite.
Oh, really?
I was like, no, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong with you? Stop it. It was so gross.
So now he's there. They cut over to Michonne and Rick and Glenn.
She wants to stay. She really wants to stay there.
She wants to stay somewhere, yes.
She wants to stay someplace. And at that point, I'm looking at my husband and I'm going, what is everybody's problem? She's absolutely right. Mm-hmm. They cleared out a prison full of walkers. When have these people been scared to do anything?
Right.
before I really realized that the damage that was done to the outer walls and really how much it would take to secure everything.
And the creepiness of the bodies that were cut in half right outside of the walls.
What was that?
No
Just
idea.
leg.
That was gross, though.
I'm like, where's the rest of them? I see arms and legs. What's happening here?
So, and then she says she wants to go to Washington. She says, you know, he lied. He's not a scientist, but he has a point about going to Washington.
Absolutely.
So,
you know. And what did she say? She said, don't you want one more day to hope?
Yep.
And it's true, and it's so weird to hear that coming from Michonne, because when she was with Andrea, she's like, no, we're going to keep moving. This is how we stay safe. We have to move, we have to move, we have to move. And then I think her time spent at the prison kind of made her realize, like, no, moving is not the best option.
Right.
You stay and you gather strength, and then, you know, and then take it from there. But
Yep.
I don't know.
So they hear Noah screaming for help.
Yeah.
Because this poor bastard's getting attacked now on somebody's porch. I don't know. They didn't even show how it happened, but all of a sudden...
I know. Well, he's under like a plastic chair, like a resin Adirondack chair, like fighting for his life.
So, and Michonne, for a minute, needed help. Like, Rick had to help her. Did you notice that, too?
No, I saw that. I'm like, someone help her, please.
Yeah. What happened? She went to hit that guy. She went to cut his head off, and there was metal, like, on his neck or something.
He had a metal rod in up through his neck, so she couldn't, like, hit him with the katana.
Yep, so that caught her off guard.
By the way, that was my zombie kill.
Was
and I don't
it?
even know who's the was the actual zombie, because I was like, what is going on? Why can't she kill this guy?
Yep.
So we'll just say that was my zombie moment.
All right, mine's coming up still.
Okay.
So then Noah tells them that Tyrese has been bit, and that
Yes.
he's at my house. So they go see. Now Tyrese is still seeing everybody, and the girls, Lizzie and Mika, take his arm, and then they cut over and they're cutting his arm off.
Well, I really thought at that point when I said, when Lizzie and Mika had his hand and they were pulling him, I'm like, that's it, he's dead. They're like the angels of
That's
mercy.
what I
that
thought
are
too.
bringing him over, right?
Yep.
Over to the other side.
That's
And
what I
then
thought.
in a split second, it's like the axe is coming down. I'm like, wow, they're cutting it off.
Yep. So now they cut his arm off. And they're trying to carry this guy back to the truck. And I'm like, the biggest guy out of the whole group, how hard is that to walk with him? And he's half out of it.
No.
Oof. What is...
Now, let me ask you, did you think that, well, all right, we haven't gotten to the point where he dies yet.
Right.
But we know that he dies.
Right.
Do you think that he died from the bite, or do you think he died from losing blood? Because it wasn't a Herschel amputation situation.
That's what Bill said. He said that there's no doctor here to like stop that bleeding, and I think
Right.
yeah.
But when Herschel got bit, they were all right there, ready. There was not a moment's hesitation. Right. It happened like that. The limb was cut off. Infection didn't go up.
Right.
So, I mean, Tyrese was sitting there for what seemed to be a good 10, 15 minutes.
Or more, yeah.
You know, give or take. That's what it seemed to me, the viewer. So, obviously, the infection could have spread.
Yeah.
But do you think that maybe it could have just been from blood loss? Or
maybe, I don't know. Again, another speculation. They don't really. He was losing a lot of blood for sure. So I don't know. Now, when they go over to this area where they have to break the gate open,
mm-hmm.
I wasn't understanding why they needed to break the gate open. Why? Because they hopped it?
Yes, they hopped the gate.
So that's the same way they went out. So this was my zombie kill. The last zombie that was almost getting to Tyrese.
Okay.
It was a really cool shot to the head.
It just kind of went right down the middle. I remember that guy.
So we could put our zombie kills in here.
Yeah.
There we go.
What the hell? What's he? Oh, he's got a thing in his neck. Someone help her! Someone help her!
Oh God. Oh.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh. They're trying to get back to the truck in the woods.
Yes.
And they're struggling carrying him, man. You could see how heavy does he have to be? I mean, that's dead weight almost.
Dead weight.
Yep.
He is dead weight. He is a big dude.
Yep. So they get him in the car. They start the car. And they run into that truck. And all the torsos fall out of the truck.
Ugh.
Who's collecting torsos?
What is that about?
And why were they all in the truck?
Here's my thing. If this collection was so important, right? Because this was obviously something that was, I mean, they went to a lot of effort to do this. They were not zombies to begin with because they didn't have head injuries.
Right.
So somebody killed human beings.
Right.
Cut their arms off, cut their legs off, and then they died because nobody had head injuries, right?
Right.
So someone goes to all of this trouble to do this. They put them into the car, the truck, and they just leave them? Where are these people that did this?
That's what I want to know. I think, yeah.
Bad guys out there right now.
Yep. Scary.
What the hell?
So that was my WTF moment. When all the torsos fell on the car, I was like, what the?
Yeah, mine too. That was mine too.
Was it?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Well, we could put that in here then.
Yay.
What the?
What the hell? Oh my God.
Somebody was saving all the torsos.
Ew. What the?
On. Oh, come on. What's that? What? What is that? Zombie heads and torsos.
Torsos.
Yeah, so that was disturbing. And I'm wondering if that's something we're going to find out more about as it comes along, or if it's just something that happened and it's done.
One of the walkers had a W carved in his head.
Oh, really?
There was a W carved in his head. And if you notice, there's a scene where Michonne is standing in front of a brick wall in Noah's community, where it says wolves are near, or wolves are near.
I saw that.
So are the wolves a gang? Are the wolves the dogs that we see in the coming attractions for next week?
Oh, could be. All right.
I didn't know.
So, yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll have to see. So they're in the car with Tyrese. What?
We completely left out the fact that when Tyrese was bleeding to death, he was hearing stuff on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
He was hearing a transmission with a British accent talking about, it almost sounded like there were people purging, that they were killing innocents, decapitating innocents, and doing all of this horrible stuff, where when you saw the bodies in Noah's community, when you saw the arms and the legs, and then eventually you find the torsos and the heads all separated from themselves, could that report have been coming in reference to that area, and it was just somebody that happened to have a British accent, or was this happening someplace else in the world? Because it seemed a little bit too similar.
I don't know. Again,
the more to what we were actually seeing?
We'll see. Because you're right, because that sounds like everything we saw in that community, yes.
Right.
So, we'll see. So Tyrese, they get him in the car, and he's fading.
Yeah.
And Bill said to me, he goes, wouldn't it be funny if he just starts turning in the car and everybody's like, ah! But then you see the car, then we saw the car pull over, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So.
You know what? At that point, I felt so bad for Sasha.
Yeah.
I wish, because she got to say goodbye to Bob.
Yeah.
He held on, and I just kept saying, please, just hold on enough to get back to say goodbye to your sister.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's when I started to cry. I really felt bad for Sasha. Yeah.
And then
he's gone.
Yep. And they didn't show if they, did they shoot him in the head? They didn't show that.
No, they didn't show how, they didn't show him turn.
No.
I don't even know if he turned.
Right.
They didn't show how they let him go.
So then they cut over to the grave that we saw in the beginning of the episode. And I'm like, okay, this all makes sense now.
Yeah.
So. And
everybody's taking turns to put dirt. And on his little crucifix, he's got his hat. Mm-hmm. And poor Sasha, she just looks so... She looks like a zombie.
She didn't have closure. She had no closure with him. The last few conversations that we saw that she had with him, she was very short with him.
Yeah.
She was kind of upset.
He was confessing things like, I told everybody that I killed that guy and I didn't kill that guy. And to me, she looked really like,
disappointed.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like she looked disappointed in him.
Yep.
And then he had that whole conversation that you and I are, very different. We're so similar. And I'm like, she's nothing like you.
No. So it was sad. It was sad. I wasn't expecting someone to die in this episode.
No, I thought we had our fill with the last episode with Beth. I wasn't expecting it to happen this quick.
I liked how it was filmed. So I
did like how it was filmed.
I did like that. But I'm looking forward to next week. I'm glad it's back.
I'm so happy it's back.
Yep. So.
I'm so happy it's back. I don't know. I see the coming attraction. They have these dogs, and they're surrounded by these dogs. Like, this is now something else that we're going to have to contend with. Like, what the heck is going on with this?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they deal us here. So.
But now who's going to watch the baby, though?
Oh, boy.
I kind of, in the very beginning when I saw Tyrese with them, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit suspicious because when the hell was the last time Tyrese volunteered for a run?
Right.
Even at the fence. I just thought what would have been really neat is if his girlfriend Karen were also included in the flashbacks.
Yes, I was wondering why she wasn't in there. Yeah, exactly.
That would have been neat too.
Yeah.
But then, another thing with the flashbacks, I'm thinking, all right, we see Lizzie and Mika, and then we see Beth, and I'm thinking, okay, well, he's going to the good side, and then we see the governor.
Then you see the governor, which I was excited to see the governor. As much as we didn't care for him, I really liked his character.
Yeah, no, that's how they do it on Broadway.
I love it.
It was kind of like, all right, like a heaven and hell kind of thing. Yeah. It's like, no, where everybody's all together.
Yep.
That's not a good sign either.
And it was fun to see Bob. I was like, oh, Bob.
There's Bob.
So it was kind of nice to see some of the old gang. And,
like I said, it was slow up until the first half.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been talking for a pretty good long time, so there was a lot of meat to the episode.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yes.
And the best part is that The Talking Dead is on right after the
Next
show.
week, yeah.
I didn't like that at all.
Neither did I.
No.
I didn't even watch it yet, to be honest. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah.
So that was our episode, guys. We missed doing it. We hope you enjoyed it.
I guess that's it, right? Is there anything else? Oh, wait a second.
What?
Somebody from Facebook. Hang on a second. Let me just go and get this up because I don't want anything to start beeping. The first half of the season, we kind of mentioned to you guys that we were going to do something called a subscriber spotlight, and not a lot of people that participated, but I've been putting stuff up on our Facebook page. So if you guys ever want to go over for any additional content and silliness and stuff from other Walking Dead pages, we're pretty active on there. I like to think that we're active.
Yep.
And I put a question asking, what do you guys think? Are there any topics that you'd like to see me and Lisa address tonight when we Skype? And Tyrese actually said that she thought the episode was okay. She wasn't crazy impressed with it. Looking forward to the upcoming episodes. She did say also, she agrees with us, she likes the way that the episode made us believe that the burial was for Beth. And then she had two questions. What was your take on the picture of the twins that Tyrese was looking at when he got bit? And he looked disturbed by it.
Yeah. And
we kind of already addressed that, but part two of her question is, what are your feelings about Noah? I'm wondering if he isn't who we think he is. What do you think of Noah's character? Do you feel that he's hiding anything?
I don't think so. I mean, he has nothing right now.
The thing that I found interesting, and I never really thought about it until I read what she had written, he only ever mentioned his father. It wasn't until this episode that he mentioned his mother, and
right.
Even when he mentioned where he used to live, he never mentioned anything about having twin brothers.
Yeah.
Like, it's that, after reading that, I don't know, I do trust him. I think he's probably a really good kid. I think he's a great addition to the cast.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Yeah.
He's not threatening. He seems smart. He's quick. Kind of like season 1 Glenn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Kind of like, all right.
I think he's harmless. I don't know. We'll have to see where they go with him.
Right, but good comment, Therese. And again, guys, if you have anything that you would ever like to see us talk about, or next Sunday night, if you're watching and a commercial break happens, head over to our Facebook page and be like, what did you guys think of this?
Right.
And we'll talk about it in our show.
Yep.
So I guess that's it.
That's all. I gotta take this hat off.
It's hot,
It's
right?
making my head itch.
Ugh.
Ugh. So until next week, guys, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jessica.
And this is Tyrese's hat.
And we are...
Two dead girls.
Rest in peace, Tyrese.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Two dead girls.
Dead girls.
Two dead girls.
Dead girls. Dead girls.
Two dead girls.
Dead girls.